It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Unbound Brew Co. in Oldham, England. And this is a can of their Tall Trees Red IPA coming in at 4% ABV. It's in a 440ml can. Black can with, on the back it's a black can with lovely kind of autumny looking trees on the back. Looks really, really good. Let's get this can out into a glass and see what we get. It was sent to me by the wonderful Unbound Brewing Company. I've had some of their beers. I had a barrel-aged stout back at Christmas time and it was wonderful. Absolutely incredible. In fact, their base stout beer, off the top of my head, I can't remember because I got a head like a sieve and I drink thousands of beers each year. Can't remember the name of their base stout now, but I predict that stout will win some awards. It's really good. Let's see if this can is can conditioned. Little bit of haze in there. One very small one finger, slightly off white head. Good levels of slow moving carbonation. Slightly hazy red ale. If I'm holding the beer up to the camera, let's have a look through my window. It's strange, I'm looking through a window, through a mirror, and then it's all bouncing back at me. So I can just see there's a little bit of light bleeding through at the bottom of the glass there. But the rest of the glass there is more of a nice red hue to the beer. It looks very good. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, one of my undisputed favourite beer styles of all. Unbound were kind enough to send me their lager. They really want me to review this lager. I will get round to it. It's just when they sent me this red IPA, I had to get it in first. Because I just love this beer style. I love a red IPA. And the aroma of this beer is classic red IPA. So you've got all of your American hops in here, giving off lovely kind of grapefruit and orange peel flavours in the aroma. But then you've got the malt build, that however many malts. Generally when a brewer brews red IPAs, they'll use a combination of 3, 4, maybe even 5 malts. And you can smell the depth, you can smell the complexity. Toffee, nutty, touch of licorice. And then it combines with the American hops, maybe even Australian hops in this beer. And it gives you a sense of orange marmalade, fresh marmalade on rye bread. Slightly peppery, slightly spicy. Yeah, I'm going to get into this one. Cheers, everybody. Oh, it's delightful. Absolutely delightful. Burnt toffee, biscuit, nuttiness, hoppiness. Great drinkability. Great drinkability. I imagine when they discussed brewing this beer at Unbound, I reckon they talked an awful lot about how refreshing they want the beer. How they wanted the mouthfeel to be more IPA and less big, thick and sticky. What I'm trying to get at here is I have another red IPA here, and red IPAs generally, I would say, come in 5.5% and over. This is a 7% ABV red IPA from Purple Moose, Mid Wales. And I know before opening that can, it's going to be really thick and rich and full-bodied, but very thick and full-bodied. And if you're into, and this is the juggling act, this is what I'm trying to get at, the discussion they must have had at Unbound was, do we go down the route of making it 6-7% ABV and then having a really big thick mouthfeel, or a thicker mouthfeel, or do we dial it back to 4% ABV and we give a sense of thinness and drinkability? And I think that's what they've gone for here. Well, certainly with the ABV, that's what they've gone for. They've gone for a more refreshing red IPA rather than a big thick-bodied red IPA. I like both. I like both. I love that initial flavour. That initial flavour of slightly burnt toffee and biscuits and breads and nuttiness. And I love complex malt. I'm still a nut brown ale guy at heart. I love nothing more than tasting fantastic malts in a beer. Complex malts. I'll always remember, I think it was Wild Beer Company. They brewed something like a red IPA or a darker beer with 12 malts. They used 12 malts, and oh my goodness me, how complex that beer was. Some flavours you were picking up brown bread, some was nuttiness, biscuitiness, and it was just incredible. Every taste was something else, a little bit of vanilla. And that's what you get from malt, and you're getting it from this. You're getting that complexity of the red IPA, because the malt is not only just giving off that malt, it's clashing with the hops. And as it's clashing with the hops, it's giving, again, that marmalade-y, rich, orange, grapefruit. Oh, it's beautiful. That's a beautiful, beautiful beer. That is incredibly good. Going back to the drinkability, I don't think I've had a red IPA as drinkable as this, as refreshing as this. Normally, when you think of a beer like this, you'll say you like a bit of a session, and if you're a beer drinker, it's probably not too far from the truth, is it? We all like a bit of a session on the beer. I'll start off pale ale because it's refreshing, IPA because I'll have a few IPAs because it's generally refreshing, and then towards the end of the evening or towards the latter stages of my session, I'll be thinking about beers like this, more full-bodied, just want the one. But I think you could start on this if you wanted to have your bit of a session at 4% ABV. This is drinkable and refreshing enough for you to start on this and keep going on this. You could drink this all afternoon on a sunny Sunday afternoon. And that's all the brewer wants, really. That's all the brewer wants to hear is, do you want another one? Would you buy another one? That's music to a brewer's ears. I've had some amazing beers from Unbound Brewing Company. And I just think that, well, I'm going to read the label now on the can. But I just think this is going to be, I said it, I predicted it back when I reviewed their oatmeal stout. That was it. It was an oatmeal stout. These guys are going to do some amazing things. They really are going to do some amazing things. So here is the description. A red India Pale Ale brewed with 4 different malts and Idaho 7 and Godiva hops. A fruity start leading to spicy, resinous pine needles with a roasted, slightly bitter finish that lingers nicely. Yeah, it's terrific. It really is. Unbound, in the heart of the Pennines, making unique craft beers, lagers with a passion. It's Colne. I keep saying Oldham. It's north of Oldham, I think. They're Colne. Yeah, like it. Tall Trees, red IPA. I like that enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. It's beautiful. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.